Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Hi, Walter. Hi, Francie. Hi, Kate. Welcome, welcome. I kind of switched things around so my camera wasn't in my face. So hopefully that's good to go. All right, I hear myself, so I can turn my TV off and switch my camera over. Awesome. I've been keeping my TV on so that I can kind of hear myself if need to be. I'm going to move my camera over just a bit. You need to see my desk, not me. All right. And then just muting it. So I've got a few things here kind of put away and cut out and things like that. And we're going to play. Um, the other day I saw on Stamp Junkies on Facebook, somebody was asking about the occasional tags. I'm assuming she meant die set. So, hi, Melissa. Hi, Dana. And so I told her I would use it. Not that she necessarily might watch live, but I figured I'd make up a card or two. Um, I cut my piece down to fit because of my storage pocket. These are all the dies that kind of come in. There are 27 pieces. This is the die set. And what I did, we're going to go over it first. Oop, let me get my magnets out of the way. Is I cut all of the pieces out. Now, this is the largest tag. I have that done, and I know here is it has this awesome pocket die, which of course is not in my pouch, so that you can make a pocket. You can put a gift card. I've made gift card holders with this before using a little foam tape. Um, you can use um, it's just going to fit a gift card holder. You can use this tag die. So here are the pieces. So let me move this out of the way here so that you can see them. Sorry about that light shining right on you. Maybe I try to move that here a little bit. Hi, Mama. Hi, Luann. I'm going to move these down so you're not kind of being blinded by that big light, but we're working. So these are all the pieces. You've got another couple of little tags. We've got little zigzag pieces and little die pieces. Now, I used one on my tag already. I'll show that to you in a few minutes. And then you've got all these fun little decorations too. I gotta move my thing out of the way. Decorations. So we've got presents and wedding rings. And you've got this lollipop, or you can make it a peppermint. There's a star, and I think there's two stars. And then the star on the inside you can use. There is a candle. I'm gonna move these out of the way. There's a heart. There's an Easter egg. Now the Easter egg has the solid and there's a polka dot one, so you could layer them. I would probably do some inlay with them. I will use these over the next, while I'm crafting. And Charlie Brown shirt, yes, it is a fun set. I think it's very, very versatile. There's a balloon, there's a four-leaf clover, there is a pumpkin and a jack-o'-lantern that can be layered on each other. And then you can poke this piece out as well if you wanted to make it green. I left it in so you would see that. So there are a couple of those. There's a palm tree. There is a leaf. There is a wreath, a candy cane, an envelope with a heart and wings. Here's the inside piece for this star. And then there is a piece of candy. So here is all the little, and then there's one more of these. It's on my tag that I already created. And I will show that to you guys here in a minute if I can figure out where I just put it. It's this tag. It's on this tag. So I've already kind of pre-decorated one, but here's that on the bottom. So I wanted to show you all the pieces. And like I said, I'm going to be using the heart for sure tonight, maybe this piece. And then these pieces, I will use them as over the next course of the next few weeks and get some samples made so you can see them. So let me put those away. Let me put them on my little container here. And then, of course, you've got your little dies or your little tags that you can use. Now, when this set was released, there were a few sets that were released with it. And right now, the only two that are available are the birthday tags stamp set Let's see. This, let's see, this tag is, where's my little handy dandy measuring? Here, hope this helps you, Walter. This tag here alone is not about 2.5, almost 2 and 3/4 almost, by 1 and 3/4 or 1.5. A little bit bigger than 1.5. What is that? 5/8. Is that what that is? I'm not, or 5/16. Anyway, it's just a little bit bigger than that. I'm not good at, don't make me do math tonight. This little tiny tag is half, 1, 4. Okay, 1 3/4, not quite 3/4 by 1.5. And then the larger tag here is 4.5 by 2. Okay, I can put those measurements on. Um, does that help, Walter? And then, what I wanted to say is this one, which is the birthday tags, and then this one, which I believe is the, I don't know if it's the Valentine or the love tags. I was looking for my sheet that I used. I pulled it off of, but I don't know where my, oh, here. The Valentine tags. They have these fun little decorative pieces that you can use to stamp on the envelope or on the tag. And then these tiny, there's a bunch of little sentiments that will fit perfectly on this little tag. So I did want to point that these two are still available, this birthday tags and the Valentine's tag one. I'm going to use the Valentine's tag one tonight. Yes, you're welcome. I have some of those right now, the extra large ones. I haven't used a lot of them yet, but watch, I have some plans on those. So yeah, ish. Thank you, Francie. Ish. Hi, Jamie. All right, so let's get started. I did create one card. I am not going to use this tonight. I want to use more of a basic card, but once you cut it, you're just gonna burnish the edges. And if you want to decorate it, cut it out of pattern paper. But here is one where I stamped it and I did not do the best job with the Valentine's tag. And this is the bubbly. And then I could just cover this up. I just wanted to show you that, like, this is one standard way to do it. And then you could put like a tag in here. Oops, I can't do it while I'm live, of course. I'm right-handed. And your tag would fit in there. This is like a mini slim card. So you could decorate that just like this. But I thought maybe we would go ahead and have some other fun with some of these other pieces so that you could kind of change it up if you wanted to for anything. I'm looking for my cardstock. All right, we're gonna a little bit, and then through magic of TV, I've got a little bit of them drying. I've got the Fallen Hearts glitter or stencil here. Yes. Hi, Penny. I like the distressed look too. It wasn't, like I said, I wasn't quite paying attention to what I was doing when I did the embossing, and so I didn't stamp it down enough. And I see my camera moved. I must have hit it. Of course, since I rearranged everything, it's starting to move again on me. You know, once upon a time it was doing that. I'm going to tighten those up a little bit. If it falls, I apologize. I'll fix it. All right, so I've got a piece of flamingo cardstock. This is the Fallen Hearts stencil, and I'm just going to grab a palette. This is one of the 3-piece palette tools. That's awesome, Melissa. I can't wait to see it. Messy on purpose, exactly. And I've got the Emma's Pink Glitter Glaze. I don't use pink that often. And yeah, it's Valentine's Day. And I thought one thing I want to do is that these don't have to be for Valentine's. You can just make these to send somebody you love, you know, a friend, a child, a brother, a sister, a mom, a dad, you know, anyone you just want to give a cheer up. You know, I was on a Facebook group that has had some complaining going on lately. And so the moderator, it's a crafting group. And I made a card for the owner of the company and sent it to them because I was just like, oh, it just seems like it was just some not creative for a while. And I just like, this person is doing their best to do us the best they can. So I thought that would be nice. So, and you know, a love card, it can be love. It doesn't have to say love you on it. It can say miss you, happy birthday, all this stuff. Hi, Christy. Okay, Ellen. That sounds delicious. You just pulled out which color? Emma's pink or the flamingo? I forgot about Emma's pink. And then I was kind of going through and looking through my stuff and I thought, let's change up. I changed up what I wanted to do tonight during the day today. I don't know why I just did. So I'm just gonna quick pull these off and I'm gonna show you. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Look at how fun this is. Now I'm gonna set this one aside to dry and I'm gonna be through the magic of television, as Sarah said last night. I have one dry, but I'm gonna be all honest with you. I set something on top of it while it was drying tonight. So it's not perfect. So it's distressed, but I'll pull it up. You can see that Emma's pink. Yep, Emma's pink. It's a really pretty color. So my hearts aren't perfect, but that's not the point because the point was to make it a fun background. So I've got this one. So we're going to do a card with that one, but I want to do one more and let it get drying too. So I also pulled out some rouge cardstock and I've got the cable heart stencil. I had that upside down. I only know because I had some pixie spray on this. And a lot of times I use pixie spray, but lately I've been just using my magnets on my mat. And then I'm going to use, I don't use this enough, the Chroma Opaque. This is the red. I'm going to go ahead, and this is not going to be shiny like the Chroma Glaze. It's the Chroma Opaque. And I'm just going to go ahead, and this one I'm going to try to get a little bit better. But because it's going to dry and this one I'll use later, I might cut it. I'm going to cut this down for an A2 card. So I am trying to get more of the heart shape for this one. And when I use any glazes, I try to go thinner because a nice smooth coat, but thinner, because the thicker it is, the longer it takes to dry. Most of the time when I'm crafting, except during a live, of course, I try to do my pastes like the day before or the night before. If I knew I was going to craft on, let's say, Saturday, I might quick run up to my craft room and do a few of these, and then put them aside to dry for the weekend. Or if I'm out, I do a whole bunch. Like I get a bunch of cards, a bunch of stencils, and do a bunch at once, and then just let them dry so they're ready when I want to craft. I'm just going to wipe that off. I kind of magnetized my mat. Give me till next week, Francie, and I'll explain how I did it, okay? Because I have, I saw somebody mention it on Facebook, and I tried it, and I have something else coming to help make it because it's not, see, I mean, it's magnets in some spots, and it's not in others. See, here I can pick it up, see, but here it's. So I will let you know, okay? Give me till next week, and then I'll tell you how I did it. So Valentine's, yes. So all right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Look at that. This is the cable heart. Isn't that pretty? So I'm gonna go ahead and take this. I have my stencil bin off to the side here, and I just spit my stuff in upside down and through the magic television. This one's on white. This one's on perfect blend paper, not the rouge. Here is our creamy opaque. I'm gonna move these two off to the side so they dry and I don't put anything on top of them. Learn from my mistake, and let me get this up closer to you guys. So you can see it's a little fuzzy because of the white. It's not shiny. So it is a great stencil. All right, my camera is moving again. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to play with this a little bit later, guys. That's all right. There we go. So we've got two backgrounds to play with, and now this is where I wanted to play with this instead. Use some of this other of these dyes, because now you can change this up, use a different background, use balloons, use dots. You can make a birthday card if you have we had a 4-leaf clover stencil a while ago. You could use a 4-leaf clover and make a good luck card. Something else, make a wedding card. So we've got all that stuff. I grabbed a bunch of scraps from my stash. Some of them are old paper. And then I wanted to show you that I keep some of the fun scraps. Like, here's something, I haven't done alcohol inks in forever. And I cut them down, and I've got this saved because we can use this tonight. Here is some of the pink chroma opaque that was, I used it all up, and that was a little bit left. I had left. I have an embossing powder pages. This is some, chroma mists, glitter glaze. When I have extra, I just put them on pieces of paper, and now I can cut out and have some fun shapes with that. So yeah, but we're gonna cut these down to start. And I think this one, let's see, how tall is this one? We're gonna make this one a mini slim card, because you guys know me, I love mini slim cards. So I'm gonna cut down a bunch. I'm gonna make sure, let's make it 6 inches first. And then we're going to go ahead and cut down actually this side, because there's a Fletch hair stuck to it, or a brush of some sort. I'm going to see if I can get that off of there as much as possible. 3.25. All right, that works for me. So this is our kind of fun background. I'm going to grab some rosy cheeks and one of our blending brushes. I ordered a couple of these with my January stuff, because Fletch ate one. My fault. It fell on the floor. He ate my purple. It works, but he's got a bunch of teeth marks and slobber in it. So I ordered another set of them today. So with my January stuff, so that I could replace it. Oh, it's not his fault. I knocked it on the floor. Like, Francie, I think, I don't know if you guys see the replay. I rearranged my craft room over New Year's, because I think I was live during the day last week. And so things are a little bit different. I have a little bit more room. I'm back to my white desk, my old white desk that I used to, versus the table I was using. So it's sturdier. It doesn't shake as much when I'm ink blending and all that stuff. And so I have less space that way. So if things fall off the edge and I don't notice right away, it's not too hard for him to grab. So this piece, even though it's got some glitter glaze on it, I mean, I could save it and use this side. I'm just going to set it to the side, and I'll decide later. Let's quick grab some Squeaky Clean. I've got the Cinnamon Heart Squeaky Clean, which is perfect for this time of year. And we will do that. And then I'm going to grab, we're going to do it right here on my desk. I did not link this, but I've got the Pink Passion Shimmer Splash. We're going to throw a little bit of that on here, and then we're going to start using the dyes. So I'm just going to tap a little bit on, because you know me, I'm kind of liking, splatter is becoming more and more one of my big favorites. Pink Passion and Pearl would be perfect for Valentine's Day, because they give you that shimmer. All right, so we're going to let that dry. And then I've got this heart, and I've got this little heart. These are cut out of Not Your Mama's. I don't know if you can tell how thick that is. But I did Not Your Mama's because I thought it would be fun to ink blend on them. And I've got one of the number 8 signature brushes here. And if you can, I like to get one for each color of the rainbow, just because it's easier. Sometimes I try to get one for maybe a light and dark if there's specific colors that I use a lot. Like a light pink and a dark pink, or a light blue and a dark blue, because there are big differences. But at least if you can try to get one for the different colors, at least definitely one for yellow, one's for pink and red, one for maybe blue, one for green, one for maybe a brown or a black, and then just wipe them off in between. Like, so I'll just take a cloth like this and kind of wipe them off in between. and then I can use them for another color. And this is just this is the Brutus Monroe one, and I'm not sure if those are in right now, but that's what I'm going to use. And then I think for some fun, I'm going to go ahead and grab the pearl. No, actually, let's use some embossing glaze. If you haven't seen this before, you guys, we're going to use this. And I brought out the Love Potion because it's one of the ones that's back in stock. That's one of the vaulted ones. And let's do a little bit of that. So I'm going to grab this. This is perfect. This embossing glaze is perfect, these little tiny die cuts. So we're just going to do the wings. And for something like this, you probably want to hold it with the tweezers, which I will grab here in a minute before we get heating. All right. And then where's my little tweezers here? I got to see if my embossing glove will come this way. Give me just a minute. Let me see if it'll go all the way over here. Yes, it will. Awesome. I love the embossing glaze for little die cuts because you get this really cool smooth. Look at this. This is Love Potion. Look at how pretty that is. Look at the sparkle. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. So we're just going to dig that in. And I'm going to do both of them, both sides. And then, do I have a paintbrush right here? I'm going to grab a paintbrush to put in my handy dandy. I moved most of my tools behind me except for my favorites that I use all the time. There we go. Brush that off. Make sure you cover that up because you don't want to heat emboss the whole thing. And here we go. You ready? Sorry for the noise. And then, let's see if I can get it to focus. And look at that shimmer. Like I said, shimmer. It doesn't like to shimmer on camera. Maybe if I come down here, you can kind of see that shimmer. Yeah, I kind of forgot about it. And I was looking through my stash last night and I was like, looking online. I wanted to use something fun for Valentine's Day. And of course, I have some fun colors, but they're not in stock right now. So, I mean, there's a couple of them that are fun, but they're in the stocking. And there's only a couple of those left. If you haven't gotten the embossing powder stocking, it's got some beautiful colors. I'm going to dip this side in one more time because I missed a couple of spots there. And I was really glad when the Love Potion came out yesterday because I knew I had that and it's the red color. Because I do have the scarlet, but I wanted a shimmery, sparkly one. There we go. So we got this fun heart. And I'm just going to do one of those because I have several hearts die cut here. And like I said, I went through my stash. I know Christopher talked about this and he used it last night. This is the True Love die. I wanted to add in a few extra hearts. So I grabbed the long heart and the double heart so that I could add to the heart from the occasional tag set. And I'm just going to play. And so here's where you can start kind of building. I just cut a bunch of different, this is that chroma glaze. This is some chroma glaze or some opaque. Here is some glitter glaze. I think it might even be just some sort of small piece of glitter. Some white. I mean, I even use the tiny pieces and it just can kind of just cut a few pieces. And then we just need a sentiment of some sort. And I've got my fun little thing like this. I use the big heart from, I mean, go through your stash, see if you have a heart, but I did grab the big heart. This is cut from this. There's a heart right here. It doesn't cut it out. It cuts this part out, but I used an embossing mat and I pressed it into the paper and then I turned it upside down and cut it on the embossed line so that I could have that heart. Of course, it's not perfect, but it's perfect enough for my cards. And then I'm going to go ahead and we're just going to kind of do a basic card. I'm going to grab a mini slim card base and see what we want to do with this. So I think for this one, we're going to leave the white border. Okay, so we're going to do that. And I'm going to go ahead and I refilled this because I've used this up so much. I had to refill it already, you guys. And then I left the tap off of it too long while it was being refilled and it got clogged. So do not leave your top off of this. If you're not going to use it, put the little spin back on it if you can. Like if you're not going to use it for a while, and I think that's what happened with me. So let me see, where's my pin? So I don't necessarily need this have to say miss you, love you, that type of thing, you know, or I mean, happy Valentine's Day. Because, you know, I mean, I'll be honest with you, I have one person to give Valentine's to, and I give Valentine's to him all the time. You know, it doesn't have to be just on Valentine's Day. I mean, my kids are old. It's not that I couldn't send them one. I could. My mom, I'm sure she would love a Valentine, but they don't have to say Valentine's Day. They can just say, you know, love you, thinking about you, kiss, miss you, you know, all that fun stuff. Okay, I am going to play with this later because I have done something to that to make it full. So I'm just going to grab one of my little glue bottles that has glue in it. It's like I said, oh my gosh, look at my glue is not liking me tonight at all. Let's see. There we go. Every once in a while after I've played, if I forget to put my lid back on and then it gets stuck, I have to really, really get the glue pieces out. But very often, very rarely do I have to. It's just, oh my goodness, when I'm not paying attention. All right, so we've got that. And then this is, Francie, one of the reasons why I figured out kind of how to do, I wanted to be able to do this with some magnets. I wanted to be able to set these down, oops, and I got stuff on them so they would dry a little bit. I mean, you can use a Misty, whatever, but it's for the small pieces in particular, or like these edges, the corners. I can set a magnet down for it on a second, and I can get that magnet to keep the corners down. So I'm gonna let that sit for just a minute. And while that is sitting, let's see, what kind of, I have this sentiment set has to my Valentine. I miss you. That's perfect. If you can send it to somebody, love you always, which can go to a friend. Doesn't have to necessarily go. Hi, Ruth. Well, that's good. I'm glad that you're not on. I hope it's very far away from you. I've been watching that a lot. There's lovebirds, there's kisses, there's you and me forever. But I think I'm gonna grab the I miss you. We're going to grab this white tag and we're going to heat emboss that on there. All right, so let's get these magnets out of here. Grab our little Misty and we're going to stamp this out. I am very, very happy to hear that because I've been watching a little bit of the news and it's kind of scary. So I'll move my Misty up if you give me just a minute to put this magnet in place. I'm just going to put the I miss you. And I'm not even going to necessarily, I don't have any tape or anything close. So I think what we'll do is we'll cover up part of that. All right. So we're going to cover that. We're going to grab the rosy cheeks. And then stamp this a couple of times. You guys know me. I need to ink my part for the course. I need to re-ink my ink pads. And it's one of those things I just don't do. So I've got I miss you. And then we're going to go ahead and start building our card here. So I've got this heart, like I said, I cut. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to glue this one down just normal. I got some foam tape here. This is just a kind of cheap pattern paste. Hi, Lisa. How are you feeling? Hi, Christopher. Did I miss you? Did you pop in here? It's not far. Oh, Melissa, please let me know. I've been, you know, say some prayers and good thoughts. I hope they get that done and out. It's just not though. So I totally missed her. I wasn't even looking to see who popped in here. So, all right. So I'm going to go ahead and pop on some of these extra hearts. This is one of the hearts from the, this is the die from this occasional tag set. I said I didn't want to use them all. I wanted to give you some just different options of what you can do with this stamp set. This little heart here is from the Sweet Treats. Oops, I twisted it sideways. And we're just going to put a couple here down. I think we need one more. Francie, got your goggles on? Oh, that's good. Oh, you're on the devil's tricycle. Good for you. All right. So here we go. I'm going to couple these little pink hearts. Like I said, these are pieces of glitter glaze, or this one's the red or the pink chromo opaque that I just had a little bit extra left. I just put it on a scrap piece of paper and I cut it out. Yes, you made it back, Ellen. That's awesome. So then I've got the I Miss You. And like I said, I do not have any kind of thread nearby. So we're going to kind of hide that. You don't even have to. You could just put this on. And I think I'm going to pop that up with some foam tape here. I've got a piece of our foam tape and my scissors. Oh, Lisa, I'm glad you're feeling better. So I had like, I'm not going to lie, I had a 24-hour. I've never had a 24-hour thing like literally I was sneezing and my nose was like dripping for 24 hours and my boss was like, "Stay away." And then the next day I was fine. And then I got this little piece. This is from the occasional tag. It does too. That means too. Oh, Ellen, thank you. I just, like I said, sometimes I go through and just kind of pull. I try during the day or the day before to kind of go through and make sure, like I said, last week, I know I used a sentiment that was from a retired set, but I wanted to pull in, I like to try to pull in a few pieces. I always like to try to make sure everything's in stock. So this is a very basic card, but it's simple. And I mean, we did some glitter glazing, we did some splink, stenciling, we did some splashing, we did some ink blending, we did some die cutting, but it's just a cute little card. And like I said, change it up, do a circle. You could use some of the other dies and make like with the birthday candles or the birthday presents. So we've got this card done. So I'm going to put this one off to the side, and then we're going to go ahead and we've got our, where did it fall off to here? We've got a lot of stuff on my desk. Does anyone see? There it is. It's upside down. We've got this one. Now, obviously, I didn't use pixie spray, and this is what I wanted to do. What's the devil's tricycle? Yeah, it's his Peloton. Melissa. I didn't use any pixie spray, so I did have a little bit of glazing there, but I just cover that up. I don't worry about that at all. I've got a lot more little hearts here. So let's go ahead. I did go through my stash and found, like a Lawn Fawn heart or just an old Spellbinder heart. And I thought maybe I would kind of die cut out one of those with some of this paper that I have. So, I got these old Spellbinder hearts that I've had forever, just for a bigger one this time. So we're gonna go ahead and I think what I'm gonna do, this is just some watercolor paper that has like a pink chroma mist on it that, like I said, when I don't know what to do or I have extra, sometimes I just spray it down and I use it. Thank you, Penny. I tried to link a bunch of everything I was using, except I forgot to do the love potion. I know there was one thing I forgot to add when I was putting it in the description box anyway. So thank you very much. All right, so I'm just gonna die cut that out quick. And I'm just gonna add some more hearts, but we're gonna maybe do something else with it. So I think what I might do is we might even play some of this off. So I'm just gonna cover up some of that. I don't want to cover up all of that fun cable knit heart. throw that die away. What else do we have in this? I'm going to grab our stamp set here. Oh, yes. We had the let's do something with this, and we're going to do something with these Charlie Brown. Let's do Charlie Brown. So I'm going to grab each one of those. Oh, yeah. Francie, I've been trying to do a little bit more of that. At least try to do one that isn't so crazy that it scares people off from like, I don't think I could do that. This might be Love Potion, you guys. I think it is. I'm not sure. We might make a Charlie Brown. I don't know if we're gonna make a Charlie Brown tag or if we're gonna make a Charlie Brown heart. But I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna chop this off here because I'm gonna cut these off. This was just embossing powder. I made my own little, I wanted to make a matching, so I did some embossing powder and then I cut some die cuts out of there because I wanted it to match whatever I was using at the time. No, she didn't. I appreciate Penny and all the help she gives. I'm still learning some of that stuff. And look, when I cut that out, it even gave me a big, huge piece. So we can make that match. But I'm going to see now we've got this. We need 3. We need 3. All right, where's my pokey tool? I know last night somebody said about putting washi tape on. I also have a little duck on my one end so that I know which end is my pokey tool. One of my friends did that. I think you guys have seen that before. And so now I leave that on my other end. And so I know my pokey tool is down. And then we're going to cut one more out with this little skinny one. But this is like great die set because not only can they decorate things like this heart, but see, you can put them right on that die. Dana, I sometimes feel like I need to do all the things. Oh, your mom, you meant Penny. Your mom is great too. LL. Yeah, your mom is great. I know, I met her. When we were there, she was so sweet. She's the one who took Penny and I back to the airport, and she offered to take us at separate times because our flights were quite a far apart, and we both were absolutely not. Which worked for me because I got there and Penny went right through, and took me a few extra minutes to get through. But by the time, if I would have got there at the right time, it would have taken me forever to get through security. So I was glad I went when Penny went. So look, we've got these little zigzags. And I think those are fun. So we're going to put those on here. And then I think we are going to use this tag, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to put the tag on here. And we're not going to be so clean and simple. We're going to stamp this. And we're going to do the white on pink. So I've got the Valentine tag background. Let's get these out of the way. So I don't know, Christopher said I showed him how I'm kind of magnetizing my glass media mat with a big piece of metal. I told him I could show him, I could tell him next week, because I'm finalizing that up. And we're going to I'm going to go for it. One bow. You did, Penny, you sailed right through that pre-check. I mean, you did. I didn't have to wait that long, but right through. Okay, I think I have some removable tape here. And my camera looks like it's falling, but I'm on camera, so we're just going to leave it. And I think we're going to take this piece out and use this mat. I'm just going to put that right on there. I don't know if this is the repositional, but it'll work. And I don't need to worry about my magnet. Awesome. Okay. So I know I hit my camera, so that's probably why it got all wiggly. Right before my live, I moved my camera, my computer over there. Normally it used to be directly in front of me, but then you guys always had the camera mount right in my face, and that's not polite. So come on. Like I said, I need to oh, I know what's happening. That's what's happening. I had to die there. It didn't want to work. Now, I will also tell you one thing that's fun about this and the other one is that they do match the line. You can line them up so that you can do a continuous pattern. What I'll show you what I mean by that. I'm trying to get sure I get right around. Okay, that's going to be good enough for me. So if you see this, let me show you. Ooh, that's perfect. I'm excited. Okay. Well, I've had this one a while, so so I'm going to put this down here. Now, it's going to be a little hard to see. I'll try to bring it up to the camera. But do you see on here, there's the 14, February 14 right here. If you look straight down, there's the top of the calendar. So you would just reline this up, the stamp up, and it matches perfectly with it. So you can stamp it. There's the heart, there's the top of the champagne glasses. So it will line up. And if that's the great thing with the stamp positioner. So I do wanted to tell you guys that. Let's get this out of the way. And then let's get our glue on. Gray with a little rainbow. I'll take it. I'll take it. I hope it's bigger too, a little bigger too. I mean, this fits on my desk kind of okay, but I would do a little bigger one if I could. Just because. Yes. Obviously, always. Never, never. I mean, I need an upgrade. This one's very scratchy. You know what I did is I used a sanding block on it and I scratched it. All right, where's my other one, guys? Here it is. So yes, you could totally make a Charlie Brown card with this and use a yellow tag. And then you could use the black, or I would probably use the gingerbread or the macchiato and make it more of a brown color. All right. Never need an excuse for all the things. Yes. Hi, Janelle. Your mom is watching? All right, so I'm going to bring that up. I didn't get them 100% straight, but you know what? It doesn't need to be. Now, you could leave those zigzags just like that if you really wanted to. And I'm kind of leaning towards I want to. Oops, sorry. Got off camera there a little bit. So in this time for a tag, I think we're going to cover up some of this. We're going to do this tag kind of like this. Just because. So we're going to put our tag like this. I think we're going to kind of cover it up like that a little bit. Perfect. If you didn't want to, you could do it just for a piece of paper. You could cover it up if you didn't want the whole, but we're going to do it like that. And then we're going to use this. Thank you, Susan. It's very sweet. I said this totally came from somebody who I wanted to use this, and I will use, like I said, I will make more cards using this. Somebody over in Stamp Junkies asked for some inspiration using this die set, and I told her I would pull it out because I wasn't quite sure what I was going to use yet this week. I hadn't really made my mind up when I saw that post on Monday, so I thought this would be a good opportunity to use it. I like this set. I use the tag a lot. And I every once in a while I pull out some of the main parts, like the hearts, the stars, but I don't always pull out everything. And I'm gonna kind of, I want to do it at an angle. So we've got that, we've got this. Let's see, I'm gonna grab my card base here. I want to see if it needs to be, how big is, okay, so I see that my card base is a little skinny on the side. So I'm going to cut a little bit off the top and bottom, and we're going to mat this. And we're going to do it on Scarlet or Holly, whatever I grab first. Yeah, it is. I don't like, and I don't like white per se because it doesn't like the camera. I do kind of like the idea of gray. Definitely more than even black. Because you can't see everything on black. Does that make sense? let's see, color we're gonna grab here. We're gonna grab, I'm sorry, I made the camera move, holly. And I've got a piece of holly. Nope, that's not the right size. This one will work for our mat. And look at that cream, that opaque will work really well with that. So we'll cut this down. Like I said, I have it. I mean, I'm not gonna, okay, that's the right size there. We need to do this 4.5. But it is nice when you can see, because I can't see dark colors like when I want ink smush and stuff. Oh man, I really cut that wrong. Measure twice, cut once, right? Oh yeah, I guess I thought it was 4.25. I measured the wrong way. That's what I did. There we go. Pull those pieces off to the side. All right. So we've got that. Let's go ahead and put that down. I think I'll use some ATG for this one. And then we're going to grab some of our little hearts we die cut. And I like to, I think Susan, were you the one who said, I was just revealed the same last one? Oh, that is awesome. Ruth, it's the first time. I never thought to use it on the heart. I thought about using it on, like I said, the tag. The tag it works on perfectly, but you know, I mean, it's a great size. They are, where's my little crafty tool here? They are almost about 3 inches. So that works really well for different, and I mean, you could butt them up against each other, and there is the smoothie Rick Rack too. I mean, you could really butt them up against each other and put like a gem on there. So now if you wanted to make this a anniversary card, which is what we can do very easily, I've got this beautiful die cut, and we're going to make them gold. Okay, so what we're gonna do, so I'm just gonna do it right on my glass mat because I can, and we're gonna grab my gilded, and we're gonna put a little crystal on there, and we'll make a fun little anniversary card. Let's wipe that off before I get it on everything. You guys know me, I usually have a hot mess on my, and I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm gonna grab it from the tip here because that's where we're gonna put our little gem. And I'm just gonna dip it in my embossing ink here, or my embossing powder, sorry. And can't pull it up there. Here we go. Let's heat set this. I set it in there again, didn't I? All right, there we go. Hi, Stacy. How are you doing? Heat set this. This is the gilded, best gold, I can tell you. I mean, I'm not biased or anything, I promise. And sometimes, if I'm lucky and I keep it hot enough, I can dip it back in and I can heat set it one more time. But that's going to work for me. All right. Now, I know once in a while you get a little bit of embossing powder on your tool. I just kind of scratch it off and it comes right off. Most of those metal tools like that. Put my lid away so I don't spill it. It's okay. We knew who you meant. We knew who you meant. So now we've got this, and I think we're just gonna put, oh, I missed a spot. Okay, Francie, I'm using my tweezers. Are you proud of me? Yeah, it was fun. I am excited to get my stuff and show you what I have planned. So I have every month this year, I have a project that is going to incorporate all of the subscription products in it. And it's going to build up to one. I'm going to make an album with them this year, and it's going to build up to one big thing. It's going to be really fun. Awesome. Okay, so we've got this little the little hearts here. Now, what I'm thinking is you can't quite see it on here. So I'm thinking I might need to cut out one more little heart. So let's see, does this show up? I am totally going to use this. Like I said, this is some alcohol ink, a leftover piece. And we're going to grab, let's see, a heart die. I'm actually just going to use one of these. One of this is the True Love. This is this is the little hearts from there, and we're just going to die cut these out because then I'll have extra hearts, and that gold's going to pop out on there. A little more red. So grab some scraps when you're die cutting and you're using little dies. It's going to sound, because that's Yupo paper, so it sounds loud. Sorry about that. I'm missing all of those. I'm missing all of the comments. Now, if I hold it up, you might just see, you can see the words in there. But I'm not going to worry about that too much because I just want, and I'm actually going to use this one because I don't care about, I want the color more than the things. And then we're going to put that heart in here, and we're going to put our, see, that little pop of red is going to make those rings pop. So let's pop up the hearts. Ooh, that's the best. Because a magnetic mat is very, very much so. I'm really excited because we replaced one of our older TVs and our new TV came today. So now downstairs I can actually watch and not have it not work. It's going to work perfect. So then I'm going to put my little gems on there, and I'm not going to worry about it too much. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue. I better move that off to the side in case I drip. Oh, of course, I kept the lid off of this one. There we go. Just going to put a little bit in a little bit where the diamond's going to be. We're going to stick that right on our hearts. That's why it didn't matter too much if the impression went through at the Yupo paper one. Oops, I moved it. Because it's going to be there. And I'm like, this is where I'm going to put my little magnet down and hold it. And I'm going to grab some gems. All right. Susan, I actually did it one other time. Somebody asked me, I don't remember who, asked me to make a wedding card. And now you can use a crystal, you can use a topaz. I'm going to find the crystal ones. And I used this ring. If you're ever in the store, you can ask Heather to show you. I could pull up the card. I'm sure I have it put away somewhere in my files, like a picture of it. And I use this ring and then to make a wedding card with it. So now we're going to just use a little bit of glue. A glue dot would work as well, like a little glue dot. We're just going to put it right there on the tip. Oh, like I said, I keep grabbing the wrong glue. Put that one away. That's awesome. Pre-orders will begin in May. Awesome. Or in February. I said that wrong. Okay. Francie, are you ready? Got your goggles, girl? Well, I'm doing that. I'm going to dip these out. Like I've said, I like to dip my crystals, my flat back crystals, right in the lid, because if you shake them, usually you get them to twist over on their own and you can grab them that way. All right, here I come. So Francie, I hope you have your goggles on. I'm coming at you. There we go. And I think I am not even going to put a sentiment on the front of this card because I think the sentiment can go on the inside. That way I can be whatever I want with it. Okay, I'm going to fix this. Sorry, don't walk away if you get sick. There you go. So my card base, I threw off to the side. I'm going to wait to put this on my card base because I want that gem to dry. But look at all that funness. So the tag, the zigzag, and the rings all came with the occasional tags die set. And the stamp set came from the Valentine's tag stamp set that matches with that. Well, it's still available because it is in stock. And then our other card, we made a slimline card, and we used this die and the heart die from that set, and then the little tag. So there's lots of little pieces, like I said, in this stamp set, this die set. Let me pull it out again. This is the die set. I've got a few pieces that are in here. These are all of the dies you get. Let me see. White doesn't like the white. Let's see if I can do it at an angle. So you get a candy cane, a wreath, a birthday present, a balloon. You get a palm tree, a candle, a ring, the four-leaf clover, a candy. There's a leaf, a star. There is a lollipop, jack-o'-lantern, pumpkin, Easter egg. There are actually 3 stars, and this one will create 2 stars. And then you've got your zigzags and 3 dies, and then of course the one that makes the pouch that I showed earlier that I didn't finish yet. So, oh, those are your goggles. I love it, Francie. That's funny. So I appreciate you guys so much. I'm going to sign off. I will see you next week when we'll come up with something else fun and see what else we make. So you guys have a great evening, and I will see you later. Bye now.